Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. I thought I would start filming right now because, well, first of all, I would normally not be putting makeup on a Sunday. I normally don't wear any makeup on a Sunday. But today is a very different Sunday to normal. And we've got family visiting from abroad. They're coming over to say hello and see how we are. They're coming over to visit. And then I have to go to a 50th birthday celebration. It's not the normal kind of 50th birthday celebration. Our friend didn't really want a proper party. Mama. Oh my god, always they come in. Anyway, yes, I can't remember what I was saying. So we're going to the Gurdwara. He's having a kind of, I don't know what, I've never been to a Gurdwara. Actually, that's not true. I went to a Gurdwara once 25 years ago for a friend's wedding. That was a long time ago. But coming back to the point of this video, I've had more than the normal number of comments about my makeup. What's really interesting is that I've had a lot of comments in real life, like from friends and people I'm meeting in real life. So not on a camera, not, you know, no filter, no lighting. We're talking about real life, friends, up close, that kind of thing. And I think in last week's video, I did promise to sit down and do my everyday makeup with you because, yeah, just to answer those questions. So far I have applied a primer because this has got to stay on till about 9 o'clock tonight and it's currently midday. So it's got to stay on for 9 hours. So I'm using a primer. This is the Refi primer. It's a really nice one. You just kind of roll it onto your skin like this and then I'll use a brush to blend it in. And then my go-to for when I'm going out is my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation, which you just saw me applying right now. And instantly that just smooths out my skin, makes it look radiant, still looks like skin, doesn't look like I'm wearing loads of makeup, but it just evens out the skin tone. And normally that is more than enough for me, but obviously I'm going to just add a little bit more. Some of these products I know I've talked about in previous videos because I am loving them and I'm literally reaching for them every single day. One of which is this Vive Eyeshadow Stick. It is the quickest eye look ever. Put it onto my eyelids, all over the actual moving part of my eyelid, and then take it into the crease and slightly above. I mean, I'm going to blend that out. And it's just the most beautiful warm brown. Let's blend that so you get an idea of how it looks. And I do tend to blend it above my actual crease line because as I've got older, you can't really see anything if I just put it into the actual crease. So I'm just blending it up towards my eyebrows, more at the outer corner, not on the inner corner, but it's given a lovely smoky look to the eye. So let's just do that on the other side. And if I'm honest, a lot of the comments have been about my skin recently, and I think it's because I'm using a new retinol, as in new to me, it's not new on the market, by Medik8. I will link it below in case you're interested in it, and I think that has made so much difference. I don't really tend to use retinol as religiously as I should. In fact, hardly at all, which is probably why this has made such a difference, a visible difference. That is too much. What was I doing? That's the problem, talking while you're doing your own makeup, because you end up getting a little bit heavy-handed. I think I'm going to use a cleaner brush to blend that out because that's a little bit too much. Because this has got to be for daytime, afternoon tea, and then going out in the evening. And in the evening, as I say, I'm just going to the temple for my friend's birthday, so it's not a party, you know. And then I like to add a little bit of definition with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dark Side eyeliner in the most beautiful black, which I'm going to come up really close. And I'm not winging it out. It's not that kind of a day. It's not that kind of a look. I'm just going into my lash line. And then I do like to use an angled brush just to diffuse the line a bit and just bring it out a little bit. It's just defined the eyelash line a little bit better. And because this is a brilliant waterproof eyeliner, I use it on my upper waterline as well. It just means I end up having to use less mascara. Speaking of which, I had a lash lift about 2 months ago. It's kind of gone now. So I'm going to curl my lashes. Always look down and pull up that loose skin, and it just means you're less likely to pinch your eyelid skin, which is so painful. If you've ever done it, you know exactly what I mean. And of course that has really made my eyes water, so excuse me while I just use a tissue. This is why I don't put concealer on until after I've done my eyes, because my eyes always water. Next up is mascara. I'm currently loving this Swede mascara, the Pro Lash Lift mascara, with the tiniest of little brushes. I mean, they aren't really brushes, to be honest. It's more of a comb, but it is super, super black, and somehow or other this little tiny comb manages to coat every single lash right into the middle corner. And a little tip, if you're my age, this might be really useful for you. Oh, look. Right, I'm gonna let that dry. I'm glad that happened. I'm gonna let that dry rather than try and wipe it off now. So if you let it dry, you can literally just like flake it off and it won't mark the skin. What I was saying was, if you are of a certain age, like me, on the outer corner lashes, I tend to comb them outwards to try and get that lift. Anything to get that lift in the eyes. I'm just going to do one coat of mascara today, but if this was another day and I was doing like more, then I would probably go over with a second coat. While I let that dry, I am just going to brush up my eyebrows. I don't do a lot to my eyebrows. I have been using a very, very good eyebrow serum. I don't know if it's still available, and if it is, I will link it below. But I've been using their eyebrow serum and their lash serum, and both of them are brilliant. I hope that they're still available, and in which case they will be linked below. This is the Eyeliner Eyebrow Pencil, perfect for whether you want just a natural look or something a little bit more defined. I'm going for a very natural look, filling in where I have a little bit of sparsity. Is that a word? Sparsity in my eyebrows, and then give them a little brush through again. For concealer, I'm using something that my daughter bought, and it didn't suit her. The colour wasn't quite right for her. A MAC 217. This is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, which, as I say, my daughter bought for herself. It wasn't quite the right shade for her. I think it's a little bit too orange for her. It's quite a full coverage concealer, even when you are light-handed with it, which is what I'm trying to be, but it doesn't look like you're wearing loads of makeup. And I don't tend to powder this because it has got a matte finish to it. I think I can get away without powdering it. I hate powdering under my eyes because it just emphasizes the creases, and I'm lucky that my skin kind of just holds onto makeup during the day, so it's not like I feel I have to set my concealer so that it lasts. But obviously if you have a different skin type and you feel that you have to set it, I would always set it, but just be careful not to take the powder right up into the lash line area, because that's where the fine lines and wrinkles want to make an appearance first of all, and powder will just emphasize it. And I do tend to use a little bit around the corner of my mouth where I have a little bit of pigmentation, and then I'll just pat it in with my foundation brush just so that it blends all the way through. I know I've still got to get rid of this mascara blob that's there. Quick battery change. By the way, my daughter keeps saying she wants to do my makeup, and she's agreed to let me film it for YouTube because I thought it might be quite fun. So let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested in seeing that. It could be fun. She's 17, she does her makeup beautifully. I mean, she doesn't need any makeup at all. Pretty perfect without the makeup, which you would do at 17, right? But she does a beautiful, beautiful makeup, and she wants to do my makeup. So let me know in the comments if you think that would be fun to watch. I wonder if this is dry now. Yeah, I'm just going to flick that off and maybe just go over that with what's left on my concealer brush. For an everyday makeup, I don't tend to do a contour, highlight, that kind of definition. I do like this bronzing powder from Hourglass because it has a little bit of a sheen in it as well, so it kind of acts like a bronzer and a highlighter all in one, if that makes sense. And I'm putting it really on the highest points of my cheekbones because of the sheen and the way it catches the light. It is like a highlighter. There is no contour there, but I know on camera it looks like I'm wearing contour. It's not. It's just I have pigmentation there which is showing through my very light foundation layer that I've got on. It shows on both sides. To be honest, it's quite nice to have that pigmentation just placed there because it means it looks like I've got contour and I haven't. Lazy girl makeup. Because this has a shimmer, I wouldn't use this around the jawline. I wouldn't use this up here around the hairline. If you also place bronzer there, I would use a matte, because no one wants a shimmery forehead. And then I always use a little bit of blusher over the top. I am using powders again. Recently, I've not been using any powders at all. I've literally been sticking to cream products, but I've gone back to some of my favorites. The Hourglass bronzing powder was one of them, and this is another favorite. This is the Milani blush in Luminoso, which I think I have about 3 of them. I'm using this angled brush. It's part of a double-ended brush to apply both the bronzer and the blush. So I just tend to use the same brush. A, it's quicker. B, I just think it blends a bit better. And I'm just adding the tiniest amount of blusher, hardly anything, because I've already got that bronzing powder doing all the warming up. But this is just to give it a bit of colour. And then I'll use the other side of the brush to blend it all together. For my lips, I'm still loving the MAC Plum. I think I've been using this for about 15 years, maybe longer. I absolutely love this shade. It is a My Lips but better, and quite often I will just use MAC Plum and then a clear lip gloss or lip balm, but today I'm going to put on a little bit of lipstick. So I'm just going to line my lips, and I tend to focus on the center portion of my lip, smudge it out a little bit with my finger so it's a little bit more natural. I don't go into the corners, because as you get older your lips tend to naturally just, you know, kind of come down. So I'm trying not to emphasize those points where my lips are already drooping. And same goes for the upper lip. I don't take it right down into the corners. And if you can see, that is, for me anyway, for my skin tone, for the shade, natural shade of my lips, which are quite pigmented, as you can see, this plum shade is just the best. And I know it's really trendy right now to just join across the 2 points of your Cupid's lip. It doesn't suit me. I think there are trends, it's great to try them, but know what suits your face. It definitely doesn't suit my face. I'm just not comfortable with it. Maybe it does suit my face. I'm not comfortable with it. It makes me feel really weird and fake. I don't think it suits my lip shape. Oh, another point that I learnt from, I think it was the founder of Paul & Joe Cosmetics, is when you're lining your lips, always use the pencil from the outside edge to the center, and it will help to lift your lips. Don't drag the pencil down, take it up. Same goes for here. Start at the center and take it up to the outside corner. Well, not to the corner, you know what I mean, out to the outer edge. No surprise which lipstick I'm using. It is I'm literally on repeat with 2 different lipsticks at the moment, which you'll have seen in previous videos. This is the Giorgio Armani Power Lip. I will link it below with the right shade, because obviously I can't see the shade number without my glasses on. It is just a lovely natural pinky My Lips but better shade, which is kind of what I want. And it pairs really well with the plum lip liner. And I've just thought that this is really simple makeup. It's not what I would do if I go out. Like when I went to that big lunch last week, it was more glam. So maybe if you are interested, I will do a second video where it's a little bit more glam, a little bit more of what I do when I'm going out, and a little bit more glam, a little bit more done, a little bit more basically. But that is my kind of everyday face when I'm facing people. Obviously not my everyday face if I'm staying home. I don't really wear makeup at all when I'm at home. But I hope that that was useful and answered the questions that I've been getting. I always would say skincare is the key. If you haven't got your skincare nailed, then the makeup is just going to be tougher to get right. So I know that I'm way behind on letting you know what my current skincare routine is. I will film that really soon as well. As you know, I'm so affected by the light and by the weather, and we're having sunnier days now, which just means I'm going to be more positive, more productive. Fingers crossed, so you'll see more of those kind of videos from me, sit down videos. Let me know if you prefer these to the vlogs, or if you like a mix, or, you know, let me know what you prefer. But thank you for watching. I will have linked all the products in the description box below. I think they're all still available. Maybe not the eyebrow and lash serum, as I mentioned, but everything else will be linked in the description box below. Let me know if you pick any of those up, if you've used any of them before, and let me know what kind of videos you prefer from me. But thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I'd love to have you back here for more videos. And make sure, if you did like this video, to give that little, I hate this cringy thing, but you know, give that little thumbs up to the video. Just, it really helps me know if you liked it, but also it tells the algorithm that you liked it and that other people might like it too. And it really helps me to try and grow this channel, which would be so nice. But thank you for watching again, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.